This reading is for Gemini. I shuffled your cards and I meditated on them. The cards that came out was Talisman, Energy Work, End of an Era, Victim. The bottom was Commitment, Have Confidence, Welcome the New, and Guilt. Gemini, when I was doing your reading, when I shuffled your cards and I was meditating over the cards, it was this type of stillness, this type of calmness about you. I said, what's going on with Gemini? They're so calm. I was like, are they at a standstill? Are they blocked? I didn't understand what was going on, but you guys are at a standstill. But it's because you guys have become at peace with your journey, at peace with your life. What I could hear Spirit saying was they're pretty modest right now, pretty humble right now. It may even be fragile. It was like you guys are real humble, because I did Sagittarius and Capricorn and they were hyper, they were fun, loving, but it was just this type of energy that was joyful, lighthearted, but you guys are like at peace. It's like you guys could speak and everything would be okay. It's like this type of smooth energy. It's like I don't have to do anything because everything is going to be taken care of. I don't have to force myself to make a move because God is going to do everything for me. It's like you guys have become in touch with God. This serenity that says I accept the things that I cannot change. I have the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two. So I was kind of worried at first. I was like, why is Gemini energy so still and calm? But it's like you guys are reserved at this point because you guys have seen everything. You've seen the good and the bad, the struggles, the ups and the downs, and you're like, I know that if I be at peace, peace will be around me. I know if I just walk in acceptance, I don't have to worry about anything else. So that is where you guys are, Gemini. So I'm going to try to keep that energy that you guys have, that I felt over your reading. And I also, the song that you guys had was We Fall Down But We Get Up by Danny McClurkin. That was a song I could hear ministering to me. It's like you guys have fallen, but you guys have gotten back up and you're standing at peace now. It's like you're not getting back up to run wild. You're getting back up to be thankful that you're able to stand again. It's like you guys are so grateful and humble and modest right now, and it's a type of energy that we all should have. But thankfully that you guys have it, because you guys do have your moments where you're just left, right, up, down, and angry, and just all in the middle of things. So right now you guys are like, you know what? I know how to make all this work in my favor if I just be at peace and let God do the doing. But that is what you guys are. I want to say that first. That is what some of you guys are. So Talisman is about a person who has learned their lessons and you are able to succeed and you have the wisdom that you need, which Gemini, I think you guys have seen this before, have had this before in your reading. You're able to succeed because you learned your lessons. You're standing tall on your own 2 feet. You're like, I've learned what I needed to learn. Yes, I made a lot of mistakes along the way, but they taught me valuable lessons. At the bottom, you have commitment. Sagittarius had this card. It's about joining forces with another person. It could be a relationship. It could be a job, but this commitment that's coming in, you see, it is light. It's a light-hearted commitment. Look at that woman with her beautiful hand. And that man with his hand out. It's modest. It's not about vain things. It's not about lust. It's about love. It's about the higher love, a spiritual love. It's about something that allows you to still be yourself, but grows you into something that even you have yet to see. So this commitment that's coming in, it could be a person. It could be a job. It could be anything, but it's going to be a well worth the commitment. Gemini, it's going to be a well worth commitment because you guys have earned it. This card is about you earning it, and you guys are at peace. So when it comes to you, accept it because God is saying, I saw your works. I know who you are. I feel the peace. I know what you need. I know what you desire. And it's coming in. Very subtle, though. It's not going to be this big shebang where this person just says, I want to marry you and spend the rest of my life with you. It's going to be very peaceful and stuff. You might not even be expecting it, how subtle it is. So, for your angel message, you have energy work, Gemini. You had this before. It says, life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. So, your energy now is at peace. That's why this hand is here. Somebody's offering you a hand at peace. The commitment could just be to be at peace and not argue anymore, to be at peace and work together and join for something higher than yourself. You never know what it is, but it's something that is more in alignment with the way you are and not where you were. You know, it's something that's going to meet you where you are. You know how God said, meet you where you are. They're going to meet you where you are right now in this peaceful place. And it's going to bring a lot of things that you have not seen in life. It's a love that most people will not ever experience because they haven't developed that part of themselves to experience a very fragile love that is still intense, still motivating, still encouraging. But you guys have it because you know that your energy is your life. And if you want that beautiful, emotional, unconditional love, you have to be in an unconditional energy, in a peaceful energy, love that is not toxic, that is not tragic, that is not deadly. That is where you guys are. You at that place where you see love is imaginative, it's explorative, it's creative. Love is intuition. Love is that peace, you know, the peace that passes all understanding. That's it. That's the love that you're about to embark on. That's the commitment you're about to get. Like I said, it could be a job, it could be anything, but it's one of those things that people who have been through the ringer experience. Because after all the hardships, after all the lessons come that little glimpse of hope, and that's all you need. At the bottom, you have confidence. It says moving forward does not necessarily require you to have confidence in yourself. Confidence in God is enough, along with knowing that God works through you and with you in all ways. Lean upon us if your confidence wavers, and we will buoy your courage and faith. That's what it's about. Through your energy work, you're embracing that God-like ability within you, the energy to love people the way God did. Jesus says, love one another as I have loved you. And that is what you're doing. That's why this commitment is coming in. I was about to say a holy commitment. It's something that is going to make you whole and going to make the other person whole. You know how you get in relationships where both of you guys are depleted, both of you guys are drained. They're taking away from you, you're taking away from them. That's not about to happen to you because you have become whole again and they're going to be whole. This is going to be a whole marriage with God. I'm saying marriage. It's a union. It's a coming together with God in the center of it, so you don't have to worry about anything affecting it. Now, for your life change message, you have end of an era. So that means, you know, the end of hardships. Maybe you were in relationships and jobs that didn't make you whole, that drained you, that depleted you, that messed with your energy, messed with your aura, messed with your confidence. That's about to end. And I'm going to tell you something remarkable. At the bottom, you have welcome the new. Gemini, this is coming to an end, but you got to welcome the new. When that hand comes out to you, so subtle. Remember, it's going to be so subtle. So subtle. We fall down, but we get up. Remember, you're getting up and you're at peace. You're standing. Welcome to new. It's going to come out of nowhere. It's just going to be just a subtle thing. It's going to be something like, I was going to say something like a fairy tale, like a movie. But something that you least expect because you have worked on your energy, worked on your forgiveness, because you guys had forgiveness and everything. You guys' walk have been, from what I have seen, it has been one of the things that have been the most sensitive and fragile. Like God was really like having to get on you about things, but not to harm you, but to say, Gemini, I got more work for you to do. Greater work shall ye do. And you have allowed that to grow you. So it's like now you're welcome in the new. And everybody that's around you is going to see that newness and that peace that is within you. Welcome it in, because all the other stuff, all things have been, I forgot what it is. The old is washed away. I don't remember what it is, but it's gone. He said, I cast it into my sea of forgetfulness, you know. And for your chakra, you have victim. This card's about a person who didn't get everything they were promised. They were promised the things, they didn't get everything. So they started blaming others and they were resentful. This card also speaks about a person who has great potential. You know, it's about knowing that you do have a lot of potential. Even though you've been through a lot, you have learned a lot. Talisman says you have learned a lot. This commitment, it has great potential. Don't blame anybody. Don't blame anybody from the past. Don't even blame yourself. It happened. But it's the end of it. It doesn't have to happen again. Even though you've forgiven people, you still have like a lot of blame, maybe self-blame. Let go of that, because God is trying to tell you, you have potential. And if you don't have the confidence in yourself, have confidence in God that everything works together for the good of those that love the Lord. It happens. Somebody took from you, somebody hurt you, but you're in a position now where God is saying, don't blame anybody. Don't blame the situation. Don't even blame yourself, because That's damaging your energy. If you spend too much time focusing on blame or who did what or how they did it or what you didn't receive, don't do that, because you got commitment coming in. So, but in your chakra, in your heart, in your thought space, you still have, it's like just a little bit resentment. It's not much, because you guys are like, man, I'm at peace, but it's still like, man, I didn't get what I actually wanted. Remember, when one door closes, God opens another. And remember, everything that you want is not what you need. And understand that you still have potential. This card is also about a person who has potential, even though they lost some things, you still have potential to move forward. So just remember that. And it's really an oxymoron. At the bottom, you have guilt. This is not what you think. This is about a person who had a lot, invested in a business with another person, and when the business closed down, they wanted to split the profits 50-50. Well, this lady said, I did most of the work, so how can you, just like this, took you for granted, promise you something that they didn't give you. They will end the business with the person, but they didn't do any of the work. They let you do all the work, everything. And she gave the lady the 50-50, but she learned her lesson, and she said, from now on, I'm not going to give anybody anything that I don't have. Anybody who hasn't done enough work, well, they can't sit poolside with me. If you haven't helped me build this pool, you can't sit pool. And it's not to be selfish to say, you didn't do anything, so you don't get to do it. It's to say, at least let me enjoy my pool first, and then you can jump in. You know what I mean? And the scenario I got when I was meditating was, imagine if you only had $50, somebody asked you for 40. Gemini, you probably would give it to him. You probably would give him 30. I don't know. But Spirit is saying, don't do that. If you have 100 and they ask you for 30, you can spare that and still have 70 to take care of self. But don't give them 30 if you only have 50, because Gemini is just so loving, and the energy. Don't give more of yourself than you can give to yourself. This card is about self-care. So Gemini, that is your reading. And Spirit wanted this to be your end monthly. So I'm not going to do you guys another weekly, even if I do everybody else. I'm supposed to do everybody another weekly. If it happens, that's the focus. But you guys, this is your message. This is the end all, because Spirit is saying you guys are you're more wise than you were at first. And you don't need much help as you think you do. Even though you want to know certain things, just understand. Have confidence in God. Have confidence in God at this time. Maybe later, but for now, the end month with me, you're going to end this way. This is about a person talisman. You're wise enough now. You've learned your lessons. You can move forward. You're not going to make the same mistakes. Do not be afraid. Be ye not afraid. That's what the Bible says. You have a commitment coming in. It's going to be peaceful. It's going to be subtle. It's going to be something that you least expect, but it's going to be something that moves you in a way that you're going to feel like you're floating. What's the song? Floating on cloud nine. What's his name? John Legend. Got me up so high. It's a beautiful song. I don't know the name of it. It's floating on cloud nine. It's like you're going to be floating, but it's not going to be aloof. It's going to be a beautiful serenity. Stay focusing on your energy, Gemini. I know how many times I'm going to have to tell y'all are healers. So keep your energy and your aura cleansed of anything unhealthy, so you can continue healing those around you. Just a simple hug, just a simple touch. You are healing people. Say your hands and heart, healing them by speaking from your heart. Have confidence in God that this is what He called you to do. This is the end of an era as well. The old ways are behind you. It's over. It happened. Don't worry about it anymore. Welcome to new, because it's going to blow your mind. God said, why don't you give me a chance to blow your mind instead of you trying to do everything and move around? Give God an opportunity to blow your mind. It's going to be beautiful, something that you're not even ready for, but that you do deserve, because God saw you go through that. He saw who took from you. He saw who hurt you. He saw who misled you. He saw who played you, if that's the word you want to use. He saw it. But don't blame nobody. Don't be resentful. Still love them. They still need your energy. They still need your loving. Still love them, because that's what you're called to do. But this time around, don't let them take advantage of you again. Say, this is all I have. I have to focus on me. And not in a selfish way, not in a greedy way, but in a way that says, you know what? I have to make sure everything in my life is taken care of before I step out and help you. That way I don't harm myself by helping you. That is your reading, Gemini. That's all I'm going to give you for the end of July, because your main focus is knowing that you are a healer and that your hands and heart are activated to heal your loved ones and your clients. However you do that, that is what you are. And we fall down, but we get up, Gemini. You guys are standing and you have a commitment coming your way. But keep this modesty and this humility that you have, because it's beautiful. I like it. I was confused at first. I was like, why is it not hyper? Because Gemini, I was like, what is going on? And the Spirit just said, at a standstill, because it's your modesty, it's your peacefulness, it's your serenity. Keep that in everything that you do. And always acknowledge Him, and He shall direct our path. Keep that where you're going, because you're going to need it.